Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here, Quivz does stuff. It has been some time since I last saw you in Astroneer, a month and a bit I believe. Not entirely sure what we were up to. Pretty sure we were just going around trying to clear all the gates one by one, but I have no idea what gate we last finished. And what gate to do next. I do of course have my handy Excel spreadsheet, so maybe that will give me a hint. I didn't actually open that yet. Let me bring that up. Doobie-doo-boo. Astroneer planets. Yeah, I really recommend a spreadsheet for this game, just for some of the simpler pieces, like trying to remember exactly how much power you had left on a planet. Like, how much did I leave down there? Did I have large solars? Did I have medium solars? Did I have, any RTGs? Right, I'm gonna guess that it's Visenya. Let's see, diggers. Did I activate the gate? I did activate the gate, and I did do the probe. I don't know how many RTGs I've left on Calidor. Wouldn't surprise me if I've left stuff on Calidor, but that's alright. Okay, so Visenya, I've got very little filled in, which makes me think that I must have missed stuff when I was there last. But I definitely don't have a ticking gate, so my best guess is we didn't do the gate on Visenya, and that's where we're up to. So let's start prepping to go over there with as much stuff as we're going to need. Oh, jeez. Now I'm trying to remember what the hell it is we're going to need. Well, I should definitely take a digger. So let's start over here with an auto extractor. Tungsten carbide, steel. Steel's easy. Steel is... Oops. Smelted iron, and as per usual, I am clean out of it. Oh no, I've got two in my backpack. Cool. Some of this. Wonder where I got that from. Oh, well, I can live there for now. Steel rubber. What was rubber? Rubber. Organic and resin. We are out of resin. Let's grab ourselves some soil from the quarry. Yeah, so you may or may not have watched my previous return stream where I played Ark for a little bit, where I explained what my hiatus was, and literally it wasn't any real reason. I just, had kind of drifted off, didn't feel like playing Astroneer for a while, and didn't feel like anything else I was playing was sort of streamable or stream-worthy. As such, it was streamable, it just wasn't worthy of being streamed, let's put it that way. Am I out of argon? Must be out of argon. There should be some argon back here, I think. Argon, helium, argon. So things got away from me, and, I didn't stream for a week, and that week became a fortnight, and that fortnight became longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, and soon enough I'd sort of realised, wow, it's been like a month since I've last streamed. And I went to look, and yeah, it had been a month, and I'm like, I should do something. And then I didn't know what to do, and I was like, I'm not playing anything very interesting at the moment. Half of what I'm doing, I don't have a capture card, so I can't, if I'm playing console, stream any of that yet. I would like to. I really should get one. They're really cheap. Be a good addition to my suite of tools. But it's not like I was really playing anything there either. I was really just playing a bit of Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing, for me, because I go for efficiency and not looks or any of that sort of stuff, is basically about half an hour, 45 minutes once every morning, and then I'm done. Like, that's the end of it. That's all I need to do. So that wasn't very interesting either. What else was I playing? Did I look at anything else? Let me bring up my Steam library. Was I doing anything else interesting? I did play a bit more Monster Hunter World, which I haven't done in a while. It's a shame I actually uninstalled that to make space for Ark because of the new expansion, and I wanted to have a look and see. And that takes up like 140, 150 gig without all the expansions, and I own everything, so it could be like 200 plus gig if I installed everything. I played Conan Exiles for a while again, because that got an update. Yeah. So I was just playing some other things, but in most cases, those things I was playing, I wasn't really playing them to create anything. Like, I wasn't trying to finish the game or progress to any major level. I was literally just playing to have a look at stuff because it was new content. Like, oh, they added something new to the game, let's mess around in the game for, I don't know, however long it takes, and see what I learn, what's new, is this any good, is this any fun? Admittedly, those actually should make good content, because anyone who plays those games, maybe they can't play the new content now because they're at work or at school or at university or college or assorted other reasons why, and maybe they will vicariously get that experience by watching a YouTuber play it. So I could have really have made content out of all those things. I just didn't. It's kind of strange. Conan Exiles is a bit of a funny one as well, because it's definitely an R18 game, and besides Far Cry, and it's been a long time since I played Far Cry, I've pretty much stopped doing content that is locked behind an adult wall, mostly, for the most part. I might be wrong, there might actually still be some where I've done that, but I'm pretty sure that for the most part, I've been doing general content for anyone, so kids can get in on this and enjoy themselves. I'm just actually opening up my videos now to have a look. Is there a way to actually see... Oh yeah, no, I've got to go into manage videos. I've got to go into the YouTube management, as opposed to just viewing my channel as if I was one of you. Let's see, what's got an age restriction on it? Not in a long time, no. It's all been... I did have one for when I did the drawing stream, and that's because of the way I draw. It kind of looks like nude people, even though, you know, I don't actually draw any primary sexual characteristics on people. I'm just... You draw the basic outline of a naked body before you put the clothes on the body, because otherwise the clothes look like bits of paper stuck to something. It doesn't have correct volume, if you follow me. Right, Visenya, what else am I going to need? I'm going to need a shelter. I'm going to need... I have no idea what's on Visenya. So my spreadsheet is badly filled in for Visenya. So... It doesn't appear to have an atmospheric condenser. So maybe I should make an atmospheric condenser and take it, and then I'll be really annoyed when I get there and there's already an atmospheric condenser. Because apparently I've already got an atmosphere condenser set here. Why would that be what I'm building? That doesn't make any sense. I'm really tempted to go over to Visenya and check, because something about this feels wrong, like I just didn't fill it in properly the last time we played. Planet Silver Visenya is lithium. Lithium. Where's my lithium? That's titanite. That's lithium. I've got a full thing of lithium. Why do I have a full thing of lithium? Where would I have got a full thing of lithium other than Visenya? Because you don't get it on Calidor, do you? Malachite and wolframite. I feel like we did list Visenya. What I should really have done is gone back and watched my previous episode so I can catch up, but instead now I'm trying to play and work it out. Iron. I've got full things of iron. Or did I not take a digger there to make this lithium, but rather just mined lithium and filled one of these up. Well, we'll take the auto mine out. We'll start a shelter. Silicone, I've got one of those already for some reason. I need one more, and then 2 plastic. Silicone was kind of hard to make, wasn't it? There it is. Resin and quartz with methane. Not that hard to make. You just have to remember not to melt the quartz into glass first. Easy screw up to make, if you're not paying proper attention. Alright, 2 silicon, plastic. More carbon, alright, and more compound. I don't have either of those, right. Let's go and quarry some soil for the centrifuge. Oop, that was a bit of graphical mayhem. Alright, that should do to get the centrifuge going on that compound. And then we can run around looking for some organic. Looks like there's a reasonable amount over here. So 2 at least. Right, while I'm here, just collect a heck of a lot. Oops, oh well. It's like he's pointing. Over there. Over there, over there. I don't know if that's a real song. I think it's an old school World War II song that I heard somewhere. Not sure. And compound, because we're going to need 2 of them. Take the rest of it off the thingy because put that in there. Turn that on. More research. Not that I think I've used research points in a while. Yeah, 30,000. Don't know what I'm going to do with all those research points. We'll work that out later. That's probably got something to do with quests. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Eventually I'll do it, but I'm not doing it now. Print an auto again. Not doing it now. Unlock 100 schematics. Yeah, okay. Activate the cores of every planet. Well, we're busy doing that. Activate the identified satellite. Well, you have to do that to do that. And then find the remaining vintage probes. Ah, well, that's how we know. So it's definitely 3 of 7. So we've definitely only done 3 gates, and we've definitely only done probes on 3 planets. And Visenya is the 4th planet in order. So I absolutely 100%. Yeah, have to do that. So it is Visenya. Mightn't have been as sure as I should have been, but it is definitely Visenya, where we are heading and where we shall head. Right. What else do I take to Visenya? How about a big ol' RTG? I think a big RTG. At least one of them. Now, nanocarbon alloy. That's the one that's epic. Because that takes just a bit of every resource I think I've got. Alright, how does one make nanocarbon alloy? I know there's going to be hydrazine involved. And I think... I do have a full thing of methane here, ammonia here. So we've done that. Alright, so let's see. We're going to need steel and we're going to need titanium alloy. For titanium alloy, we're going to need graphene. For graphene, we're going to need hydrazine. We're going to need several hydrazine for graphene. Oh no. Graphene is just graphite. Oh no, but graphite is... Where's graphite? Oh no, graphite is that one. Yeah, look, let's make the hydrazine. We need the hydrazine. I'm going to need to make graphite, unless I've got some sitting around here. No, going to need more soil then. I'm starting to run out of sort of areas where I can comfortably dig and fill up my things. Wait, are they full? Oh no. I think this is another spot where I can sort of dig out and not affect anything. So, one of the other things I wanted to mention, I could do a little teaser video or something to mention that it's coming, but no, I think I'll just talk about it. I was watching some videos of people and, well, no, not people, actually. It originally started when I first saw drone racing. If you have not seen drone racing, I highly recommend you go and check it out. It is crazy, crazy, crazy sport. And I was like, wow, I'll never have the Twitch reflexes to do that, but that's really cool. And then I saw another video of some people who had bought first-person view FPV drones, as they're known, and they were just messing around with them and having some fun. And I'm like, okay, so you don't like have to go the whole hog with racing. These things can just be an enjoyable side hobby. Maybe I could look into that. And so I looked into it a bit more and, you know, came up with a bunch of recommendations and stuff. And long story short, I bought myself a FPV RTF, which is a first-person view ready-to-fly kit. So what a ready-to-fly kit is. Okay, well, let's first do FPV. How does it actually work? Well, if you want to fly drones, FPV drones specifically, let me just finish this so that I can get my train of thought back. And then I think I'm going to need some titanium, aren't I? You need three things. You need a drone. Now, they range in price and size. Now, what I went for is actually the tiny, tiny indoor drones, because here in Australia, and I believe in America as well, it's technically illegal to fly a first-person view drone outside. In America, it's a little bit more lax than here. In America, you can fly a first-person drone outside so long as you've got someone else to be a spotter for you. Because the rule is whenever you're using, and the same goes in Australia, it's just that in Australia, if you want to have the ability to fly it outside with a spotter, you have to apply for permission to do so first. Whereas in America, you just have to do that, meet that requirement. You don't have to apply and let them know you're going to be using a spotter. Whereas in Australia, you actually have to let them know first and then get a spotter. Anyway, so the reason why you need this for FPV drones and not for other drones is because when you fly an FPV drone, you put on goggles so that you can see the point of view of the drone. That's why it's called first-person view drone, because you are viewing everything from the actual drone. So when you do this, again, let me get this going before I lose my train of thought. So as soon as you stick your head in the goggles, you actually take your eyes off the drone. Now, yes, technically you're seeing out the front of the drone, but the drone isn't aware of its surroundings, only aware of like a 50-60 degree field of view in front of it, like whatever the camera gives you. For some drones that's more, for some drones that's less. For mine, I believe it's quite a lot, but, you know, either way, it's not enough to sort of meet the requirements. So you need a spotter, someone who can tell you that, hey, you're about to fly into a goose, or, you know, you're getting a bit high and there happens to be a light aircraft actually going over and you're going to interfere with them, etc., etc. You should never fly your drone that high in the first place, but, you know, in principle, the idea is the spotter is to warn you, or maybe you're going in for a nice sweeping maneuver and someone's walking their dog across the park and you don't see them. The what's-his-face, the spotter, can call you off and say, hey, there's a dude coming across there now. Stop trying that maneuver, and you can instantly pull out of the maneuver. Or in an emergency circumstance, it's always better to let your drone take the damage because these things, especially the outdoor ones, they don't have any sort of protection around the blades, and the blades can cut people like pretty severely. Not to mention just the impact, because they can move at quite a decent speed as well. So yeah, the laws are there to protect bystanders mostly, and wildlife. But yeah, it all makes sense. It's fair enough. And here in Australia, I can only fly it indoors. So I chose to go with the ready-to-fly kits. Now, the ready-to-fly kits are always what they call micro drones. They're really small. The one I got weighs 80 grams with its batteries. That's, nothing. It's about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 3 inches across. I haven't actually got it yet, so I don't know. But from the videos, it looks like it's about 3 inches across. So very small. Oh, no, maybe 4 or 5. No, smaller than that. Anyway, it's tiny. And it's an indoor drone, so it's specifically designed for being flown indoor. There are bigger ones, and the racing sort of circuit, professional sort of area of this kind of hobby, they use much bigger drones. But you've got to start somewhere, and there are several ready-to-fly kits. So you need goggles, you need a transmitter, which is, your remote control, and you need a drone. I think that's where I was actually going with this, was I was trying to go through all the parts. So the drone I got is very good. Again, everyone says, look, this is a great little drone. For a little drone, this is fantastic. It's not one of the better outdoor ones, so when you do go outdoors, there are ones that actually perform better than this one outdoors. This one performs well from a stability and handling standpoint, but it's underpowered, so you've got all this space, but you can't get up to speed because the drone doesn't actually have the power to get up to speed. Let's see what else is there about it. I'll come back to its main selling point in a bit. Now, when you go into these things, there's sort of tiers of levels of quality, and a lot of the guys will tell you, okay, look, there is the novice tier, which is for people who've never done this before, and they will buy some cheap stuff to find out whether they like the hobby rather than, diving in head first and buying pro grade stuff. Above that is sort of the amateur. These are people that have they've been done the hobby a little bit, they've messed around with some of the novice stuff and gone, okay, this is cool, I like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this further. They might spend a bit of money and buy some, intermediate quality gear and a better drone, better goggles, and better transceiver, remote control. Now, with the ready-to-fly kits, they are cheap, and they are very average, and they are in the what one would consider the novice tier. But very recently, one of the companies that sort of does drone stuff came out with a ready-to-fly kit. So all 3 pieces that you need, plus batteries, plus a charger, everything else that you really need to get into the hobby. And all the pieces are sort of very near the top of the novice tier. So they're teetering on moving into the amateur tier. So the drone is exceptional and is teetering on being, a amateur level rather than a novice level drone. The controller, same sort of thing. The controller is a bit of a downside because while the controller is excellent, actually some of the other controllers and some of the other kits have some features that make them last longer, like they keep you going well into the amateur tier. And the goggles are well into are right on the cusp of getting into that amateur tier as well. Now, the other big selling point of this particular drone is that it can record 4K footage at 60 frames per second, which is crazy, because normally when you watch drone racing and stuff like that, what you actually record and what you see as a spectator is the view from the person's goggles, the same view that the person flying the drone gets. And that is normally, if you're lucky, 800 by 460 or 600 by 480, whatever those old school 4x3 resolutions used to be. and they are filled with static, and as the drone gets further away, you get interruptions and dropouts and stuff like that, and every time the drone goes behind a tree, while the drone still keeps flying, and you can still control it and stuff, like the actual video signal gets really choppy and messed up. But what this one actually does is it has a DVR built into the headset, so you can put a micro SD card into the headset and record what the headset sees. Now that's pretty stock standard across most of the headsets once you reach the amateur tier of equipment. A DVR at the novice tier is sort of not a given. About 50% of the headsets have it, about 50% of them don't. But what this drone does is not only can the headset record, but it also has a micro SD slot on the actual drone and and a DVR on the actual drone that can record the 4K 60 frames per second camera footage. And I've seen it, it looks gorgeous. I have no idea whether I will actually utilize this in any way, shape or form, but considering that the price increase over the other basic kits wasn't really that much, I decided I was going to go for it. Now I realize I've just been standing here waffling on about this for some time, so let's start getting back to actual work. Now I have no idea what else I need to take. I really don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Visenya and sort of start setting up over there, and then I'll come back for stuff if I need more stuff. Because I'm just a bit unsure as to... It's been that long since I've played Astroneer. I'm really not in the swing of it. I don't know what I've already got on Visenya. I don't know what I should be taking. I don't have the slots to take much else anyway. So I think ideally, I know what else I could make. I could make a resource canister to take with. So we're going to need some glass and some plastic. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this hobby. The fact that I can record footage both in headset and from the actual drone's point of view in 4K 60 frames per second means I will upload some of that to the channel, because Quivz does stuff, and that's stuff. So that's a whole new stuff added to the channel. I must admit that as the stuff goes, I basically only really play games, with the occasional bit of something else. And I'm well aware of that, but hey, I reserve the right to do other things. That's why the channel is called Quivz Does Stuff. And if I really get into drones, well, you might see a lot more drone stuff on the channel. Who knows? I might use it once and then break it, or throw it away, or decide I don't like it and sell it, etc, etc. Yeah, so that's the other good thing about this, is that this stuff... okay, so the transceiver, not so much, because it's a rare... Okay, there's protocols, like there's internet transfer protocols, HTTP and the HTTPS, FTP, Samba, P2P, all those things. The same goes for actually transmitters, for radio controls, for remote controlled, and drones are just remote controlled things. This one has kind of a rare remote control protocol, so the drone has a lower resale value because of that, and so does the transmitter. So, but the goggles, on the other hand, the goggles are the thing that is pretty universal. Like, I think, from what I can tell, that's just like a pretty stock standard protocol that the goggles use. But the goggles is like probably the thing I'm least likely to upgrade. I'm more likely to upgrade the drone, and that would mean I'd have to get a new receiver. So in some ways this is a really bad kit that I've bought, in other ways it's a really good kit that I've bought. From the reviews, it's really good because it's a really good place to start learning. The parts that you do get are high quality and should last you a while. It's just that they don't offer a really good upgrade path. You've got nowhere to go after using this. So there's that downside to it. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, for all I know, I might not be that interested in the... yeah, look, I think that's it. I'm going to take that and we're going to go to Visanya and then we'll work it out from there. But yeah, so keep an eye on the channel because that is something new and coming soon. Will be fun, actually, when it gets here. Now, do I plug anyone? Because... I mean, there were several people whose reviews I watched and I thought their content was excellent. Was really well maintained, really clean video, informative, easy to understand. But I didn't bookmark anyone or really pay that much attention. I think one of them was Drone Clan or Drone Club or something similar. And then one of them was Mr. Drone, I think. I don't remember. I feel bad for not remembering. Oh, and I didn't bring an atmosphere condenser with me. I wasn't sure if I had one or not, and I don't actually have one. So yes, I should have brought an atmosphere condenser with me. Dag nabbit. Alright. Let's see what else we need to do. I need to grab a bunch of soil. Do I have somewhere to grab a bunch of soil from here? Yes. Quarry out this like I do on the home planet. Now the people, the drone racing I was just watching on some sports channel. It wasn't a thing I went looking for on YouTube or anything. But then the people who were just doing it for fun, that actually got me into it, I will point out, is Jay's 2 Cents. If you're a computer person, you may have heard of him. It's highly likely that you've heard of him. He's one of the most popular tech YouTuber channels out there. There are other options like Linus Tech Tips, and there's places like Gamers Nexus, Bitwit Gaming. The list goes on and on and on and on. But anyway, Jay's 2 Cents is one of the popular ones, and I don't know, I can't remember why they made the video. They weren't doing something else that they were supposed to be doing or something. They were waiting on something, and so yeah, so they just churned out this video on... So one of them was into it already, and he's kind of got the other guys into it, because it's not a hugely expensive hobby at the novice level. Like if you just want to have a cheap drone and mess around, that's like a perfectly legitimate thing and not a hugely expensive thing that you can do. So they started doing it, and as a result, you know, they've got some pretty cool stuff going now. And so I saw them doing it, and I'm like, wow, that looks really good. That looks really fun. That does not look difficult. And they were going on about how cheap it is to get into and like how you can buy this one pack. So they had bought one of the ready-to-fly packs, quite a good one. And I had looked at it and gone, well, that's really good. Maybe I'll get that, blah, 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 blah. But I kept doing my research, and that's a bit old now. And this new one is sort of the superior product these days. If you'd gone back 6 months, this thing I don't even think existed 6 months ago, this particular pack. I might be wrong about that, but anyway, it's new. So new that the people I was watching who were talking about this whole concept, they hadn't even heard of it yet. I haven't said what it is. Okay, so the particular drone that I am using, I've completely forgotten its name. I remember the company. The company is GEP RC. GEP RC. So GEP RC for radio controlled. Let me see if I can Google it. That's what it is. So the one I've got is the GEP RC Tiny Go RTF. Tiny Go is the name of sort of the package. RTF just stands for Ready to Fly, which lets you know that it's an all-inclusive package and has everything in it. And yeah, So I'm really looking forward to it. And the place I bought it from, so we've got a lot of model hobby sort of places here in South Australia. I really don't know why, but we do. It's very popular. And Australia in general, not just South Australia. And as part and parcel of that, I happen to have found a place called Faster FPV, who pride themselves, apparently, on speedy delivery. That's what they're about. They're all about, yep, we can get it to you, and we can get it to you quicker than the other guy. And they did. I ordered it last night at about 11 p.m. I finally made up my mind which drone I really wanted, and put in an actual order. Is there more here, or is that it? I might bring the digger down here and find out. See just how much lithium there is in this deposit, because it doesn't look like a lot, does it? Oh, there's a lot up there. That might be preferable. What if I, instead... built a little platform, and then from said platform we're going to have to go up, aren't we? So we have to go up into this, and then I need a new flat spot, flattish spot. That'll work. Then apparently it'll absorb 99% of the actual lithium anyway. Oh no! Now I'm dead. Splat. Oh, I survived! That's a miracle. Shouldn't have survived that. That was a big fall. But yeah, so this Faster FPV... Oops. Oh, okay, so I can't do that because that's my... Right, so that was silly. Oh, stop it. Maybe I'll get away with it. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, ordered it last night, and it is already on its way. It's like, okay, they're in the next state over, but the parcel facility has already got it, collected it, has all the information, and has put it on a plane for my state. So that's crazy. That's super fast. Normally with things of this nature, it doesn't just take much longer than that. You know, like they say, oh yeah, we've shipped it. And really what they've done is they've provided the shipping company with the shipping information, and that's it. And then, you know, you still have to wait another 3 days for them to actually give the actual parcel, physically give the parcel to the shipping. Oh, Jesus. I can't see what's going on. You then have to wait a further few days for them to actually provide the shipping parcel to the shipping company, and then the shipping company still has to actually move it from point A to point B. These guys, well, literally the parcel was in the mail the following day. Now where is... Oh, I left it down on that next one, didn't I? So yeah, very impressed with that. So I expect to get it, you know, tomorrow, maybe the day after, at the latest. Or possibly there might be some problems, because I know there was some new COVID outbreaks in that state, so I don't know how that affects shipping. I'm pretty sure the post gets kind of like a special dispensation, like, yeah, it's the post. But I might be wrong. I'm not 100%, so... Anyway, we'll find out. I doubt it's going to be that long. I'm not that concerned if it is. You know, I'm not looking for speed. I wasn't actually looking for that much speed. I just went with them because they had the thing in stock and didn't have to order it in and so on and so forth. But it was there and good to go, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy from you because you've got it and it's good to go. So Alright, that'll work. I don't really need this one. I had a full thing of lithium already, didn't I? Oh well. Okay. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It is going to be a bit of fun. I will point out it is a bit of fun. So the FPV, and especially at this tiny amateur scale, novice level and scale that I'm going to be working at, we're talking 5-6 minutes before you need to change batteries. Yeah, that short. But this kit also comes with spare batteries, so you can be charging your spare set while you're using one set. So you get 5-6 minutes of flight time, and from what I've heard, it takes about 20 minutes to charge a set. So you can charge both sets, fly for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then be waiting 10 minutes for a third go. If you get what I mean, if you want to go that route, I will probably eventually buy a bigger battery charger and more batteries so that I can, what's his face? Now you can get bigger batteries, but with bigger batteries, they are physically bigger. They aren't just bigger capacities. They are, and even if they're not physically bigger, they will fit the same size and form factor. They will be physically heavier. And that will actually, so you might increase the size of your battery, but you will decrease your flight time almost more than you'll increase like the amount of power that you have because of the extra weight. So it's this fine balance with drones. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It will be, like I said, a little bit of fun in short bursts of little bits of fun. And hey, that's not a bad thing. That's great. But yeah, somewhere outdoor where I can fly would be good, because that makes for some of the best footage, especially when the drone gets up to speed. So I will be talking to the modelling clubs in the area and finding out what's going on, where I can go, do they have events and stuff like that, how does that work with COVID and social distancing, etc, etc. I will also be looking for places where I could get away with it, if you know what I mean. So one of the things I've thought about is undercover car parks. So yes, technically the drone can fly outside because there's no doors or anything to prevent it, or walls. But I think unless the person who spots me and actually knows that flying drones outdoors is illegal, is just one of those real nasty people. They're going to be like, all right, you're in an empty car park outside of business hours. There's nobody here. It's mostly undercover. You cannot interfere with airplanes and stuff from here. This is you know, you've taken as many precautions as you could while technically still actually breaking this law. And hopefully, you know, hopefully it'll never come to that. Hopefully no one will even notice that I'm doing it. And people will just be like, oh, drone, cool, and have no idea that I'm not supposed to be flying it there. But it is very small, and it does have like all the safety guards and stuff. The chance of me actually hurting someone with it is minimal to non-existent. But the laws exist because, especially with the larger drones, that risk becomes much higher, and that's fair enough, perfectly understandable. It's just I don't want to have to do that. I want to use my drone, damn it. But yeah, if you can think of anywhere else where one might be able to argue that it's indoors, or, you know, someplace that is indoors where there aren't people and that I don't have to pay for, because like I could hire a hall, but I'm not going to hire a hall to fly a drone for 20 minutes, you know, to fly a drone for 6 minutes at a time per set of batteries, and with only 2 sets of batteries, like I said, you know, I'm going to get 18-ish minutes per half hour out of it. And, you know, then I've got to wait like a half hour to get another 20-ish minutes. So, you know, every hour I get 20-ish minutes. That's as good as it's going to get. Yeah, I'm not hiring a hall for that. Not privately hire in a hall, anyway. So if you can think of anywhere where I might be able to use the drone, other than, like, you know, indoors. My house is not super conducive to it where I currently live. There's not that much space. There's not any real big rooms. I mean, it's not Britain, England small, London small, but it's not very big. My brother's house is much bigger, and my nieces will probably enjoy this drone and might want to have a go. So I will probably find excuses to go to his house and give it a try. Now, it's doubtful that I can make an atmosphere condenser because that takes tungsten, titanium, iron, glass, and plastic. I could have just brought one iron with me. Why didn't I think of that? Right, no. So we'll make it on the first planet. Right, where is the gateway? The gateway is super close. I suppose I did that on purpose with pretty much all my landing spots, but that's alright. So let's make a gateway path. Whoops. Accidentally fat-fingered extra buttons there. The fingers you've used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dial-in wand, mash the keypad with your hand now. That's a Simpsons reference, but it's an extremely old Simpsons. So if you watch The Simpsons but you haven't gone back to watch like old episodes, perhaps you are unaware. But yes, that is a Simpsons reference. Probably from the late 90s, I would like to say. Maybe the early noughties. Gonna need at least 2 large platforms. Large platform Bs. So we'll make a couple of large platform Bs. And take them over there. Because I'm going to need enough space to put stuff, charging stuff on. And we've got the one RTG. Now I really don't want to bring more RTGs. I'd rather just make more of these. Large wind and large solars. Use them. Now what is Visenya? Is Visenya a windy planet or a sunny planet? Visenya is a windy planet, so wind is going to be our best bet. I might even be able to make medium wind from here. Oh, let's do our thingy sheet. Right. Do I have any batteries here? I don't have any batteries here, so that is actually correct. I thought that was a lie, and that I just didn't know how many batteries I had here. But I have no batteries on Visenya. So that's another thing we should really do, is make a battery for Visenya. Furnace, centrifuge, lab. We still don't have an atmosphere. We do have a landing. We now have a hub. We have a digger digging lithium. We have not done the gate, and there is technically one RTG here. But RTGs that are attached to making the digger work, I don't count. I don't store in this. And we haven't found the probe. I'm going to have to go looking for the probe as well. I might be able to do the probe without going home. Alright, let's see now. I'm out of that, so... Oh, that's full. Resin, please. But yeah, so my new toy, every now and again I buy myself something fun. So VR headset was one of them, but that was a year ago now. And it has just actually been my birthday, so this was my birthday present to myself. Every year I tell people not to get me anything, and then I get myself something cool. It's just, I don't like receiving presents, if you know what I mean. I like getting gifts in the mail, things that are packages in the mail. I don't like getting actual presents. It makes me uncomfortable. So yeah, I normally tell my family, like, get me food. And of course, nobody ever gets me food. They get me expensive things and vouchers and I don't like buying gifts for the same reason. Not only do I feel awkward giving the gift in the first place, I never know what to buy people. I'm really bad at buying people gifts. So there's that as well. And then, you know, of course, everybody buys me something, and then I feel like I have to buy other people stuff, and yeah, it's a thing. It goes round and round in circles. Gropnik, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Can I? Oh, I can't carry that. Have to do it as the slow point and click and shove it to the horizon bit by bit maneuver. Now, I could be using the wiki to find out exactly how much power I need. But what I think I'd rather do is sort of wait until the wind starts blowing and then get an indication of that. Yep, there we go. Well, that's half of one. So 2's really going to suffice, isn't it? And I think that's because the wind at Visenya is so high. Visenya is a windy planet. Right. What does it take to build a large one? I think there's copper involved, and I don't have that. Ceramic, glass, aluminium alloy. Aluminium alloy is probably unlikely. Aluminium and copper, yes, I was right. And I don't think there's copper on Visenya. Visenya, titanite and lithium. No, there isn't, so... yeah. Yeah, but if we make one more wind-powered one, we should actually have enough power to charge that. So that'll fly. That'll work perfectly well. Too far? No, that's fine. Okay. So an atmosphere condenser, one more wind turbine. We'll probably get away with that. I'm pretty sure that whatever the material is that you need to put in the gate is always available on the planet you're on. Like, if it's a compound, all the pieces are normally available on the planet you're on as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just reasonably sure, but we'll see. Alright, how much hydrazine do I have left? 1 full bottle, so I need to make more hydrazine when I get back as well. So we'll take care of that. So I should write this down as a list of things to do, because otherwise I'm going to forget, aren't I? So, list of things. 1. I'm going to need hydrazine for the jet, because for the rocket I need to make an atmosphere condenser. I need to make a large wind turbine. And I think that's actually all that I'm really going to need to finish Visenya. Right, so we'll go home. We'll get onto that. So, first thing to do, refuel the rocket. Make sure the rocket is at 100% capacity, because running out of fuel is an annoyance. One that we don't need. Oh, you know what else I need to do? I need to make a probe scanner. Probe scanner. Buggy. And pilot seat or whatever it's called. I'll just write seat for now. And then bring RTGs, QT RTGs, so that I have some way to power the buggy. Yes, I think that'll work, won't it? Because that's how that works. You just build a probe scanner, and then that shows you where the thing is, and then you stick the probe scanner on the thing. Yes, yes it is. So that's what we will do. Let me just remember where my home base is on this planet. I don't remember where it is. Oh, there it is. Right, so 7 things that we need to accomplish before we leave. Refuel. Let's get some hydrazine going. Now, hydrazine's not so bad anymore because I've got a full thing of ammonia, which I don't normally have, and I should have plenty of hydrogen, and I'm pretty sure I can get hydrogen on this planet, so we'll be fine with that. So, 2 hydrazine. See, I already don't have hydrogen. Where is my hydrogen? Do I have any stashed back here? Helium, argon, sulfur. No, I didn't think so, because I can make hydrogen on the planet. So why have any excess? That's methane. Alright. Alright, we're going to want 2, so let's stack a bit more ammonia there anyway. Now, where is it? That way? That's where my digger is, if you follow that line. I think. Pretty sure, anyway. Yeah, look. Get that started. I don't have this set to continuous, do I? No, I don't. Good. So that'll be fine. Give me enough for the 2 hydrazine that I need. Right, atmosphere condenser. I'm going to need a copper. There's a copper. That'll work. And... is it iron? Oh, yes, iron. The copper was for the... that'll do. I just want a couple of quartz quickly. Copper was for the large wind turbine that we need. That's hydrazine number 1. Plug that into the ship. If I can get it to plug into the ship. There we go. Hydrazine number 2. The copper was for an aluminium alloy, so I'm going to need an aluminium, a glass, and what? Plastic. Plastic is compound and carbon? Yeah. Starting to use up all my available power at this base. Until the sun comes up anyway, and then things will change, but you know. Glass, so I need that quartz to actually be glass. There's the other hydrazine, so that'll be a full... Come on. No, the attach point is over there. There we go. Full thing of hydrazine. Alright, what was I thinking here? I need a plastic... carbon and compound, I was right. I'm also going to need an aluminium and a copper. Where'd that copper go? And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more glass for the large thingamum. But yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, plastic. Alright, get that churning over. Good. Aluminium alloy. So, hydrogen for the rocket, atmosphere condenser, large wind turbine, probe scanner. Steel, well, that's a carbon and an iron back there somewhere. Could also actually do with one of these, because I could do with just having more tethers. Where is my... that should be here, not that. Right, can put that on the ship. Make the steel. Probe scanner, large wind turbine, ceramic, glass, and alloy. Ceramic, glass. It's the steel I need, and alloy. I am chatting, yes, to a certain extent. I've left the chat open, and if you'd like to say anything specific, feel free. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at audience interaction, because I don't tend to look over as often as one should, but I'll give it a go. Let's see. Alright, we've got a probe scanner, large wind turbine. I need a buggy and a seat. Buggy. Don't think you make the buggy here. Rover seat, 2 compound. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been streaming for an extremely long time. I'm quite new to this whole game. Having said that, it has been like a year, but it's not like I get a lot of views, so I'm still quite new to the whole game. So I do try to chat, but I have to remind myself to actually look over at the preview window from YouTube where the chat pops up. But I do try to do it. And then if I know someone's there, then I will obviously look more often. Where the hell is the buggy? Oh, there. Aluminium and compound. That's pretty cheap. Grab the QT RTGs. Oh, you know what else I forgot? Just going to make a big battery. Let's make a medium battery. Zinc and lithium. Oh, zinc's the problem, isn't it? Lithium, not so much. But zinc I'm going to have to go down and go look for. Alright, don't remember where zinc is. Pretty sure we couldn't find any more zinc on level 1, and we had to go to level 2 now to get zinc. That's compound. What's over here? No, that just leads me to this. A little bit of aluminium over there. Is that zinc? No, that's just... Whoop. Could have been bad. No, these just lead me to research thingies. So maybe it was down a 3rd level. Ah yes, 3rd level, there we are. Plenty o' zinc. It's tempting to build a digger and put it on this, because it's not like there's a lot of zinc. I have to think of that, consider whether that's worth doing. It might be worth doing. Then we can head back to Visenya. We can get the gate activated. What order should I do this in? Should I go looking for the probe first? No, I think we'll finish with the probe. So we'll do the probe last. So we'll activate the gate, the surface gate part. Then we'll activate the underground gate part. We'll probably have to dig for that because I bet you I haven't been down there yet. And then we'll go looking for the probe, and then that'll probably finish the stream for today. I don't want to be streaming for too long today either. It's been a while. I'm out of practice. These were some of the longest streams I ever did anyway. The Astroneer streams, like I think the very first one of this Astroneer again sequence of Astroneer streams was like 4 hours, which is crazy because I'd never streamed that long before. But yeah. I hope when that guy said, I think he's gone again, Gropnik, but I hope when he said, are you chatting, he doesn't mean that he can't hear me, because that would be really catastrophic. But from what I can see, my mic looks like it's working. OBS is certainly capturing my mic, and it's certainly capturing the audio output of the game, although the audio output from the game is turned down a lot, because this is a very loud game, and often you won't be able to hear me over the yeah, you just wouldn't be able to hear me. So the balance, I'm not sure how the balance is. I generally have to check after the stream and then adjust for the next stream. But I think we'll be okay. I think we're all right. Okay, back to Visenya. Here it is over there. Little purple planet. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. That's a very boppy song for something with a very silly premise. It's a very amusing song. It was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And that's about as much of that as I can get away with without YouTube getting upset. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me too much to find out afterwards that that was enough to get YouTube upset. But, yeah, you know, you get that. There's a fine spot. We'll put it there. We will leave the QTRTGs here for now. Is that everything? That's basically everything. All right. Oh yes, atmosphere condenser. I made a space for that over here already. Right, so let's quickly jump to our spreadsheet. We now have one medium battery on Visenya. We also now have an atmosphere condenser on Visenya. Cool nanas. Just so I don't forget to do that later. Alright, and then, unless I'm very much mistaken, so long as the wind blows for long enough, this should charge. The problem is if the wind blows but doesn't blow continuously for a long enough period, that's going to mess us up. But I really feel like this is going to work. Fingers crossed, people. Smart chicken, hello. Come on, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. One more piece. Just keep blowing for a little bit longer. Yay! Cool. Alright, so that's the surface gate taken care of. So after the surface gate, we've got to dig down to the center of the planet. I'm pretty sure I haven't been to the gate at the core yet. I forget what these things are called. There's all different names. One of them's a gateway engine, one of them's a gateway portal, one of them's a gateway nexus. There's all sorts of things. The big glowy purple thing. I am going to need at least one of these, so I'll take this one back. Yes. Yes and no. The actual missions haven't been as entertaining as I would have hoped. They're kind of tutorial-y in that they're sort of giving you a guide as to what to do in what order, and I do things in a different order to the way it tutorializes me to do them. So there are... Some of the missions are great, and they're good, and the rewards are fantastic, and some of the other missions, the reward is fantastic, and the actual mission sucks, because it's like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't normally do that. But overall, I would say yes. We desperately needed bigger power suppliers. What I'd really like to see is a massive RTG. I mean, yeah, it has its charms, the new update. But yeah, it's not everything about it is great for my particular playstyle, and that is definitely the thing. It's about my playstyle. It's not that it's not great. It's that it didn't do much for me. Didn't change the way I play. Like one of the things, if you'd watched any of my previous streams, I never use vehicles until I decided that I'm going to do the probe scanners, because I've never done them before either. And that's a mission. Once again, if it wasn't for the mission, I wouldn't be doing it. But I never use vehicles. But now I'm kind of forced to, because it's the only way to get far enough across a planet to actually find the probe. Now, we're not going to do that just yet. We'll save that for later. We've got to get to the core of the planet. No idea how far down this goes yet. Alright, there's a hitch spot. Oh, looks like we did get pretty far. It's been so long, I have no idea. Okay, let's not run over this without looking first. No, that still keeps going down. Wow. We did get very deep, didn't we? Wonder why that is. What were we doing? Maybe we're looking for Titanite. There's a research sample. I should definitely take that back up. Yeah, we've definitely been deep down. Doop-doop-a-boo. Yep, got to get to the center of the planet somehow, and you're not going to do that without going deep. Alright, so we got pretty far down, and what were we doing? Because it looks like we're doing something over there. Yeah, that looks like Titanite. I was looking for Titanite. Or possibly ammonia, but I think there's Titanite over there. Yep, hardly any gravity. That's how close to the core we are. Oops. Well, the center is how you activate the gates so that you can use the teleport network, which allows you to teleport from planet to planet without needing a rocket. Of course, you need a rocket to activate the gates. Well, you don't. but you need a rocket to sort of activate the things that let you use the network and to get to the planets in the first place. But yeah, it eventually allows you to kind of bypass the whole rocket thing. Oh wow, as deep as we are, there's still another cavern level? That's crazy. Alright, we're definitely pretty deep because this is the Astroneer level. I think that might have been our last tether as well. Oh no, still had a few left. Alright, yeah, we're definitely pretty deep because there's Astronium. So, it's one of the key indicators. If you start seeing lots of that, you are getting close. Oh, and there it is. There is one of the big pillars. Right, now I'm out of tethers. I might increase my rate of descent just because we're so close to the center now that... Damn it. There. So we should bust through. Then where's a good pillar to actually head towards? This one right here next to us is probably going to be our best bet. So I will sort of try to lift. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all. Yeah, it works. Soil, so we'll just dig out the ceiling because that will suffice. Running out of ceiling to dig out because this cavern layer is actually so close. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot about tethers. Oops. Hit a emote button instead. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the surface for more compound because I'm definitely gonna run out of tethers. Gonna get close, but I'm not quite gonna get there. Oh, hey. Gravity changed. Changed before I was ready. So I should be able to climb back up that. Oh, not quite. Yep, okay, that's cool. So now we know we can get back up when we need to. So now we do the pattern to jump and drop a tether, because otherwise the tethers end up in the pillar. One of the minor annoyances. Yeah, it'd be nice if they fixed that weird gravity glitch thing, where due to the... I mean, this gravity is spiraling and at 90 degrees to the planet's gravity as well, in one axis, and, you know, then constantly changes on the other axis as you progress, and yeah. So I imagine it is pretty hard to get all the physics to work out, and the tethers not to appear inside the pillar, but yeah, the tethers appear inside the pillar, and it's an annoyance. Oh wow, it's actually the base of the sphere. That's not the one I normally get. I normally get one of those. But we need... oh, we sort of need a couple more tethers. We don't really. I can get there without it. Whoa. And now gravity changes like 5 more times again. Whoa. Alright. Pretty sure you don't use oxygen while you're in here. Once again, I could go to the wiki, but we're not going to. We're going to do this properly. And chat, if you're going to do spoilers, go right ahead, but I'm not going to look at it until after I've actually worked out what this resource is. Oh, need to get it. Oh, for crying out loud. Behave. I want it to be just on frame so that I can have the resources open and still kind of see what it looks like. Can't be compound. Looked a bit like compound. It's not compound, is it? No, no. None of that. Don't think it's any of those. Or those. That's what it looks like. Graphene. Yep. So it's graphene, so I need graphite and hydrazine. I should, assuming there's hydrogen on Visania, be able to do that. Right, so need to fall off the edge of the sphere. Get back onto this. Get back onto the right twisty side. All the way back to the surface, and I need to make 1 graphite. Graphene, sorry. That being said, I will need to make 1 graphite because that's a key ingredient in graphene. Now, sliding down here and flying right off this edge is a highly likely set of circumstances, so... There. Hey. And this will be the 4th gate of 8, unless I'm mistaken. And of course they get successively harder in power supply requirements and the availability of power on planets. So I'm pretty sure that for Atrox, pretty much like there is a little bit of sun and there is a little bit of wind, but it's super low in both cases and infrequent. You're just going to have to do it with a ton of RTGs. That's probably the only way one is going to do this. So yeah, I will... well, what happened there? Oh, apparently I wanted to go down to the ground for some reason. I'll tell you why I want to go down to this ground. I definitely want me a bit of that. I don't know if I even need research points anymore. I might be just about beyond it. I can finish the rest of the game with the things I have unlocked now. I don't really see that I actually need to research any further things. There is a mission about unlocking more 100 things that you can make, and I'm at 60 something now, but I don't really need any more. But it offends me to see a research chamber not churning out research. Part of me gets itchy. To what? The center of the planet? Because it takes too long to get down to the center of the planet of a tractor, and if you mess up, then you fall. And then, you know, a tractor's not a very good thing to have to fall down a hole. And again, I'd need resources to make the tractor. I just don't really find vehicles that useful in this game. I've never considered them to be an essential part. I think you really need it for like the probe scanner sort of stuff, but I very much doubt I would do that in any future games. Like once I've done that once and unlocked all the skins, I don't ever need to do it again, and I probably won't. The vehicles are cool, don't get me wrong, like it's a nice addition to the game. When they first came in, they were extremely popular. I remember the forums blew up with like people like, oh, I was doing this and I was doing that, and people ramping buggies of things and, you know, making ramps even, just for the fun of it. Now, why is that not going? Oh, it ran out of lithium, did it? Well, that was unexpected. There's still lithium on the walls there. Alright, let's, not ideal. Some rather severe clipping issues. Oh, hell. I need to be able to reach that resource canister if I want to later take it off. Oh, wait. Where did that research thing go? There it is. Oh, well. I guess I could always reach it here. Everybody deserves more subs. There are a lot of good YouTubers out there. And I'm not that interested. This is something to do to pass the time as opposed to a serious pursuit, my streaming. Yeah, when I dragged stuff over to the gate, because it's so close, to be honest. Again, if it was really, really, really far, then absolutely the tractor would be the exact right thing to do. So this is in response to Gropnik, if you guys were wondering. He was wondering why I do the thing where you pick something up and then move it and then run and then pick it up and then move it and then run and then pick it up and then move it. Because it gets the job done. It might be slower than moving things on a tractor, but especially over such a short distance, it's not such a big deal. Over a really long distance, absolutely, then the tractor would be 100% the best way to go about it. Right, I definitely need a lot more soil, because I'm going to need to make graphite. Now, I don't see myself making more graphene on this planet later, so we'll just go with one. I don't need multiple graphites. And I'm going to need hydrogen to make graphene. Oh no, I do need 2 graphites. No, I need 2 ammonia is what I need. So 1 graphite's fine, but I will need 2 ammonia. But yeah, so with careful planning, by always picking a landing spot that's super close to the gate, then you just sort of avoid the actual need for vehicles. 9 out of 10. So it's graphene, because it looked like that. So I need hydrazine and graphite. And for the hydrazine, I need hydrogen and 2 ammonia. Now, whoops. Stop that. There we are. Hydrogen, 100 parts per unit. Perfect. And this is ammonium. That's fine. We got there in the end. It took me a little longer to understand, but we did understand. Thanks, Smart Chicken. Always appreciated. Hope you did enjoy what you did watch. I'm a very irregular streamer, but check back in. And hope you enjoy some of my future content. If you have any recommendations of games that you'd like to see me play, drop them in the comments as well. Oh, I bought this game. I've owned Astroneer since very, very early in its early access. It was on a list of recommended games from someone else. And I sort of looked at it and was like, wow, that is a really cool game. Why did I only get 1 ammonium? Oh, because you only get 1 ammonium from, yes, 2 full soil canisters. That's normal. And yeah, I sort of put off buying it for a while because I'm like, it looks a bit bare, like there's not a lot to do. And a lot of people said that. It's got a lot of promise, it's really good, it's not buggy, but there's not a lot of content yet. So I sort of waited, and then they did a big content drop, like version 0.14 or 0.014 or something. It was very, very early, and I was like, yep, that's it. That's all they basically needed was more content, and now there's heaps of content. So yeah, so I bought it, and I've never looked back. This was an excellent game. I highly recommend it. Yeah, see you later, Smart Chicken. And yes, I have played Oxygen Not Included. I'm terrible at it. I get a few tiers of technology up, and then I sort of get stuck and start running out of water, or everything gets toxic, or... Yeah, I'm not great at Oxygen Not Included. But yes, I have played it. It is a very good game. I'd be willing to give it another go if people want to watch it. I think I've got it installed at the moment. I was playing it the other day. Yeah, it's currently installed. And I mean, I own a lot of games, so things aren't always installed. I've got like 300 games in my Steam library. So I can't afford to have everything installed at all times, but yeah, Oxygen Not Included is... It's small, so it's one of those ones that when I do install, I tend to leave there. It's a nice colony management sim if you like those sorts of games, and I do. I have lots of them on my list. The other one that I recommend and enjoy that a lot of people look over because it's graphically extremely simple, but it has so much depth, is RimWorld. I believe it's made by like one or a very small group of people, and yeah, RimWorld is excellent. I've also been playing that since early access. If you like Oxygen Not Included, there's a good chance, like a 50% chance, you'd actually like RimWorld. Alright, hydrazine and graphite means I can make graphene. To play with a stub, I'm not sure what a stub is. Do you mean to play multiplayer? Because yes, you can play this multiplayer, but I tend not to stream with other people. Just because I can't... I mean, everyone says, yeah, I'll be nice, and then they start swearing and, you know, griefing and wrecking up the place, so I don't stream with other people. I might in the future, and preferably if they are also a streamer, because then, you know, it's their channel on the line as well. But yeah, otherwise, no, I tend to only play on my own. It stopped again. Why is that? Oh, because it's full. Cool. I don't even need a lithium canister. I might take it back anyway. I might need a new thing on the spreadsheet for whether the canister is presently on the planet or whether I need to take an empty canister back for the digger. But yeah, at least this game, like, okay, I did need a spreadsheet in the end because there was so many things to keep track of, and especially if you have a big long hiatus between playing, like I had, a spreadsheet is a good reminder and gives you all the little bits and pieces of information that you need. But it's not like some other games where, like, you're super reliant on the spreadsheets because the game is so complex that you can't do without it. You could absolutely play this without a spreadsheet. I just recommend having a basic spreadsheet with a few basic bits of information that helps you keep track of where you're up to and what things you have. I was about to say resources on each planet, but I don't mean resources as in the planetary resources like lithium and iron and, well, hematite and those sorts of things. The resources I'm referring to is how much power do I have on that planet? Do I have an atmosphere condenser there? Have I built a shelter? Have I built a landing pad? Those sorts of things. It's nice to have that recorded somewhere so you know what to build and bring to this planet the next time you visit. Yeah, no gravity. Alright. Oh, I forgot to make more tethers. That's alright. Probably be the last time we ever come down here, so... I'm not looking forward to going looking for this probe either, because the surface of this planet is not very conducive to buggy travel. It's alright, it's just not great. Alright, and there is the geometric triptych. The force field is now closed, so I can now run up the force field if I wanted to. Well, you can't, because apparently that doesn't have the gravity change ability. And then we drop that in here. And... And it's quicker than walking up, so let's... Now... There it is. Kaboom! That was a cool sideways somersault. I could actually move that, but I don't need it for anything, so we'll just leave it there for now. If I discover I need another large platform later, we'll worry about it. Okay. So, lettuce, and yogurt. Let's update my spreadsheet real quick, just so that I remember that I've done this gate, and I don't need to come back to do the gate again later. So the gate has been activated. I have not done the probe, and there are no RTGs here. I did take the 2 QT RTGs from home. Now there are 2 QT RTGs here, but they are only here currently for the purposes of powering the buggy while I go looking for the probe. Perfect. What? Oh, it must be miles away. Seemed like it was that way, but I didn't really get enough time to look. That way. Must be really far. Okay, and like I said, this is not the best terrain for the buggy, but we'll do our best. You see, there's all these chasms and things. Ah, like that. I need to go around again. And then there's the dangerous flora and fauna of the planet. I don't know how that interacts with the buggy, so I'm going to try and clamber over this compound instead of running over that. Ah, even more chasms. Damn you. Oh, and I almost stepped out into a chasm. That would have been ideal, wouldn't it? So somewhere over there. All right. I thought this was a nice nod to real space exploration as well. These probes. Admittedly, this is the first time I've actually done it, but now that I have, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of cool to find Voyager and to find Hubble and can't remember what the other one was that we found so far, but yep, we're definitely going the right way. Ooh, getting home again is going to be a nightmare. Yep, still going mostly in the right direction. Over there somewhere. We're still only at 1 dot, so we're not even close yet. Oh no. Ah. It's alright. At least that was a very, very small crash. Could have been much worse. Hey. Seems like the dangerous flora doesn't attack you when you're in a vehicle. Possibly, or I just can't remember what that thing's supposed to do, and... oh dear. Ah, we're up to 2 dots now. Yeah, so we've literally gone a quarter of the way around the planet, because that's another gate. So gate to gate is always a quarter on planets of this size, and gate to gate on a moon is halfway around a planet. At a minimum, you could go diagonally, and then I think you can go half. But yeah, if you're going like in one of the cardinal directions, north, south, east, or west, then a quarter of the planet on a large planet, or half of the planet on a... oh, why is it up? That's interesting. On a moon. Whoa, deploy. Yep, still only 2 dots. Oh, and we're getting a bit off track, so it's over that way. Oh, anything cool? No. Is it a functioning rover seat? Looks like it's not. No, that's debris. Let's see if there's anything inside this thing, because that's the good thing about these RTGs. No, this is one of the ones where you have to charge it with an amount of power, or a amperage, as opposed to a voltage, a voltage. Or would it be voltage as opposed to amperage? Ah, anyway. I know what I mean. Oh, I feel like I'm moving in the wrong direction again. Well, we have gotten to 3 dots, so... and no, it's pretty much over there. So we're going in the right direction. Oh, I did not just get it beached, did I? No, I didn't. Definitely heading in the right direction. Won't be long now. Might see it before long. There's often some suspicious... Ooh, that was risky. Some suspicious wreckage somewhere in the distance long before you actually get the signal to 100% confirm that, yes, that is what you're looking for. And on the very first one, we were actually foiled by 2 bits of wreckage. One had nothing to do with the probe. Oh, look at that. We are halfway around the planet because that is our second thingy gateway. So keep sliding. Does the handbrake work? The handbrake works. Okay. Oh, it's over there. Ah, here we are. Now what does that look like? That looks like Voyager as well. Maybe it's Voyager 2? What else looks like that? Nah, I can't think of anything. Oh, Voyager 2. So what was the first one? Voyager 1? Have I got that wrong? Maybe the first one wasn't Voyager. What was the first one then? It wasn't Sputnik, I don't think. Might have been. I don't think it was Sputnik. So R... Compass... Home is that away, James. Oh, hell. Yeah, you see, there always seems to be more space debris. Oh, I'm going to fall into that hole. No, I'm not. Good. Might have a bit of a squeeze. Anything good? Plastic. Oh, geez, I can't see. Plastic, aluminium, and nothing worth keeping. And nothing I could fit in the buggy anyway, so what's the point? But that being said, this little battery... Oh, it's not a little battery, it's energy cells. I don't need energy cells, they're useless. They're not useless, it's just, again, another thing the game gives you that I have, in my way of playing the game, kind of circumnavigated. Found a way to do without. They're extremely useful when you find them early on in the game, when, especially on a new planet, when your energy is so limited because you don't have any good wind or solar yet. Then a couple of those can really be a godsend. They can get your production moving much faster for the brief amount of time that they last. Ah, that's alright, at least it was only a small one. It wasn't super deep. Although this whole area looks to be a bit... Damn it, rolled it. Yeah, the compass is a new addition. Again, it wasn't in the game until very recently. I mean, it was kind of, but not in its current iteration. Its current iteration is super useful. As it is now, it's perfect. This is exactly the sort of compass that the game always needed and just didn't have. made it cool. And yeah, I used to get lost a lot as well. And then in the old days, I just used to accept, well, that's it, I'm dead. I'm going to have to remake all my equipment and stuff and just give up. I'd do it underground a lot as well. I'd get lost, seriously lost underground, and have no idea like where my descent tunnel slide ramp was, and just be like, well, I'm just going to have to run out of oxygen and die and find another way home and start again with new equipment, because you know there's nothing I can do here. It's I can run around in the dark for another 30 seconds and then I'm going to be out of O2. So but yeah, the new compass is awesome. It's a great addition, sorely needed. Again, like I said, it is a great update for the game in general, because it was true content, whereas most of the other content was like seasonal content, like Halloween skins, and like, okay, it gave you a new sort of gameplay mechanic during Halloween, but once Halloween was over, there wasn't anything else to do. That was the end of that content. Oh dear. I always do that when I flip it. I flip it and then hit it again because I'm silly, really. No, because I'm mashing the button rather than just pressing it once like a normal person. But yeah, so when the power update came out, and I said it in the first stream when I started this Astroneer Again play series, which was specifically for the power update, it came out on April 1st, and I thought it was an April 1st joke, so I didn't play it till like April 5 or 6. Oh, I nearly did a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Yeah, I just didn't know. I was convinced that it was actually an April 1st joke, April Fool's joke. And then I started seeing the comments, like people going on about this and that and the other, and I'm like, wow, people are really getting into this April Fool's joke. And then I sort of looked a bit closer, and I'm like, I don't think it's an April Fool's joke. I think they actually finally updated the heck out of this. Ah, see, I did it again. And yeah, and it's a fantastic update. It's been a while since we've got good new content. And it just goes to show that these are, again, another one of those developers that absolutely deserve your support, because they released, like, no longer in early access, out of beta, this game a long time ago, and they are still releasing content, which is fantastic. There are a fair few developers like that. The other one I would like to point out that is amazing is, I forget his name, the guy who makes Stardew Valley. That's spectacular. Basically every year there's a massive content update for free. Like, he's not getting any money off us, he's just giving us more to play. That dude must love his game. The other people that do really well are the guys, Relogic, I believe, that make Terraria. Terraria got several content updates. Like, they just get content updates all the freaking time. No good reason, just, here's some more stuff. We thought you'd like it. There are others as well, but I'm struggling to think of them. But those guys, those specific people already, to absolutely 100% be acknowledged for the great work that they do. Made an excellent game, did not include microtransactions, and give free content on the regular to their base players. If only more developers in the industry could be like that. Looking at you, Electronic Arts. And Blizzard, and I don't know who else. Basically everyone these days. Alright. So that was a worthwhile little trip. Now, I am definitely going to return home first, before I go any further. So I might dump off... where is the front of my base? It is over here somewhere. There it is. Alright, don't need the compass anymore. Can get rid of that. Zoom out a bit so I can see. Dump that off. I want to take the 2 QTRTGs back with me. Quickly jump to my spreadsheet so that I can say, yes, I have finished the probe mission. Oh. That was 4 probes, right? I didn't click Calidor, but I'm pretty sure I got the probe from Calidor. Because that said 4 probes. So I'm pretty sure I've been to Calidor. Check it again once we land. Because I'm doing all the probes and all the gates in order of planet. And I'm not leaving the planet until it's done, so surely I did it. Alright, I'll put the QTRTGs there. Go back into my spreadsheet and make sure that the QTRTGs are listed. 2 QTs. Open up the mission log. Four planets. 4 probes, yeah. Yeah, we've definitely done 4 probes. So cool. Alright guys, that is going to do it for us today because I've managed to successfully do everything I wanted to do. We activated the 4th planet. So come on back next time, which I don't know when that'll be, probably in a couple of days, when we will be doing... I don't know. Let's see what I get that's new. Is it a palette? It's a palette. Wonder of Fuchsia. It's like black with a bit of purple. That's not bad. I might leave it on that. What else haven't I done? I haven't put my work light back in place. Cool. Oh, I've got a sneeze coming on as well. Oh, always good to have a mute button on your microphone, because that would have blown people's eardrums out. Actually, it wouldn't have, because I've got a compressor on the microphone, so it would have, you know, adjusted those levels to stop that from happening. Yeah, so the next planet... Oh, the next planet will be Visenia's moon, which is called Novus? Novus. So hematite, that's the iron planet. Ooh, there are gases there, so I need to take it an atmosphere if it doesn't already have one. No, it should have one, because that's where hematite comes from. So it should already have one. It's got high sun and high wind, so it shouldn't be too hard to activate the gate when we get there. And then, yes, do the probe there as well, like we did on Visenia today. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Like I said, I stream irregularly. It's when I can and want to. I will jump on and do a stream. Shouldn't be another big hiatus, but, you know, it's always possible. I actually did get confirmation of a new possible job recently, so I might be changing profession, so I don't know how my time is going to work out for streaming, so things might change. Might very well change for the better or worse. We shall see. But if you did like the stream, hit that like button. That's what that one's there for. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. That's what that one's there for. If you do dislike it, I would really appreciate if you could leave me a comment. Let me know what it was you didn't like, because I can't get better if people don't tell me what it is I'm doing wrong. Because I'm so irregular, hit that bell icon. That'll at least give you a notification so that when I do go live, something will pop up and go, hey, Quivz has gone live. Well, for you it'll say Quivz does stuff, but I mean, that's the name of the channel. I'm Quivz. It'll say Quivz does stuff has gone live, and you can catch up on a live stream live. But otherwise, you could always subscribe. Find the channel nice and easy if you subscribe, and then just check out and watch the streams later if you'd like. It's all fine with me, whether you do or don't. I'm happy either way. I make this content because I make this content because it's fun. It's something to do. But I hope you do enjoy it, because it, you know, it's nice to know that other people like what you're doing. So thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.